Hello, here we go. I bought the kit, the replacement kit for the Airfix one. It's the Tornado from Revell, and it's as recently tooled as 1998. So that's the kit I'm using now to do the Dambusters model by Airfix. So I'm using the decals for this. Okay, that's how it's established. So far, it's a modular kit, so it's all in parts. So I've got it all in boxes here, all nicely modularized, if that's the right word. So far I've done the front, the first couple of things. As you can see, I'm using the light ghost grey now instead of various dark muddy colours which don't reflect the actual photographs of the plane in question. So I'm going to have the nose in the this grey, this extra decal, extra acrylics rather, AMC Battle Grey. That's going to be my nose colour. Got the plasticine, and there's actually a bit of lead in there as well. And underneath, nice little wheel wells, rather than the rather primitive shallow wheel wells of the Airfix kit, which is probably from the 80s. I might have to put some more weight in there, I don't know if I'll bother, but there's underneath there's a gap to put some lead in, which I'll put lead in there, and plasticine. That should be plenty to hold it in place. There's decals for the if I can focus something here, so hold this case in there, if I can focus. There we go. There's decals for the instrument panels. They do the job. I mean, once the cockpit canopy's on, you won't really notice much difference. But yeah, I'm pleased with that. Much sharper definition, and the panel lines, you can't really see them great by there, but there we are, that's not too bad. But nice crisp panel lines. Unfortunately, because I don't have a facilities for an airbrushing setup, I try and rely on brush painting. Now, as far as brush painting is concerned, this plastic is different to your regular plastic from Airfix. It's the more hard and shiny Revell plastic. I'm going to get up there. There we go. And it's quite good details on the wing as well, on the spoilerons or whatever they call them, flaps. And yeah, right. So the trouble is, because it's shiny and because the colour I'm using, 127, which is the US Ghost Grey. See that? Just about. That's a bit watered down, and it was pooling on the surface. So what I did is use some Grau, because it's German. See, the Revell's Germany in there. Some that kind of focus again. That's what I was asking. Yeah, 57. That's the grey I used for the cockpit, but I've also used it on the underside. It doesn't show because I've painted over this now. See if I can get the. I've painted over there too, but basically put a coat of the Revell grey down first, and then the rather thinly over-thinned US Ghost Grey. It goes on easier, it doesn't pool so much. But I'm going to have to put 3 or 4 coats on each because, oops, sorry, pardon me, kicking you there. On each side. The other section, everything's in modular, so I'm going to have to put everything together and put decals on. Here's the pylons for the wings. There's detail on there that you don't normally get on other kits. And where are we? I got so many different parts here, sub-assemblies. There we are, various pylons. So because these will have tanks on them and missiles sidewinders on them, I'm going to put the decals on first. So that's before they go on. And the way the construction is on this one with the wings, the blades of the scissors, as somebody refers to the aircraft. What am I looking at? Yeah, here we go. Because the way it's fastened on, this is the wrong one for this wing, but anyway, just to show the point, they go through here, and then there's like a washer type of thing that goes on in here as well, and you can move it back and forth. See, that's the idea. But of course I can't do that before. I'm gonna have to put these in here on here before I put the second half of the wing together. So when the wing is, before the wing goes in, it's going to be on there, not the different wing obviously, and before it goes on to the central aft section. And you've got the two halves there, just show you to prove the point. Got a nice little interlocking jigsaw style mechanism there, so you can flap away. Two blades for the scissors, and they've also asked you to put these on first, these gaskets, I think you'd probably call them, for the scissors wing, so they fit on underneath there. In a way that keeps you from going too far back, doesn't it? It's all different little tiny parts and aspects of this design which are quite ingenious, but like for instance, you've got this bar across here which, instead of having just posts for the wing to go on, you've got this bar here which also keeps the structure of the fuselage together, doesn't it? And likewise you've got one on the top there as well. Yeah, lots of extra detail on this one. Got the tail ready to slot in there, and that should be able to be moving when it's fully assembled. So it goes together there. Yeah, you see that? Moving it out of sight there. So you'll have the, before the front goes on, you'll have all the back, all looking like a tornado already, isn't it? And then you just put the front on like that. So that's the one. Anyway, enough waffling. Here's your progress report. Stick with me for part 2 next week, or when I keep on working on this slowly but surely. I don't want to rush it. And there we are. I think I'd cut it short because I don't have too long a video. Thank you for watching, and